Greetings fellow guitar travellers and welcome to another episode of Judge Shred. I am the law. On this week's Judge Shred we've got some more insane sweep picking neoclassical arpeggios for you, which we hope you enjoy very much, and we'll get into that in just a moment. Before we do that, I'd like to encourage you to head on over to my website, which is www.rowanjparker.com. There's a whole ton of guitar stuff on that site, most of which is free. There's backing tracks you can download and solo over. There's a whole ton of lessons, and there's also a shop where you can purchase books and videos, and there's high quality HD lessons which you can download, all available for instant download. And also you can subscribe to my website just by sticking your email address into the subscribe box and hitting subscribe, and if you do that you get access to an exclusive members only area of the website where I'm putting up even more stuff. I'm doing a series called Total Fretboard Mastery at the moment, which is all about really learning your scales all over the place. So you can get that for free if you subscribe to the website. So let's go ahead today and do our Judge Shred neoclassical arpeggios of doom, possibly. Let's rock. Okay, we hope you enjoyed that. Before we get into showing you the arpeggios and how to play them, let's just give you the chord sequence that we're playing over. So it's in the key of C minor and starts with C minor, and then it goes to B flat over a D bass, or at least it would if my keyboard allowed me to do that, but that's the intention. And then we're going to go to E flat major, and then we go to C7 over an E bass. And then it's F minor, and then F sharp diminished, and then G sus4 to G, resolving to C minor at the end. So what I like about this little sequence, and I use this idea quite a lot, is the bass notes or bass line just ascends chromatically. C, and then D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp or G flat, and then G. And this goes back to C. So it's quite neat. Just by using the inversions. I'll play the chords consecutively and then you can really hear how it sounds. Right, so that's the chord sequence, very sort of common classical, neoclassical sounding thing. And all we're going to do is just spell out arpeggios on each chord. So let's just start to go ahead and show you that. Before we actually begin to show you the line, I think what we'll do is we will just explain to you the mechanics of the arpeggios and how each one's being done, because fundamentally each one is the same in terms of the idea. And this is a shamelessly stolen idea. I think I originally heard this in some sort of Paul Gilbert video back in the 1980s, so it's a total rip-off, unfortunately, but it's still very, very cool. So let me just show you the basic mechanics on this little C major arpeggio. So it's partly alternate picking and partly sweep picking. So for instance, the notes we have here are E 15, 13, 15, 12, and then B 13, G 12. And the way I'm doing it is alternate picking to start with, down, up, down, and then this little triad, the C triad, that's just 3 upstrokes, so that's the sweep. Right, and that is the mechanic we're going to apply across pretty much all the arpeggios. I think there's one exception at the end where we get to the G sus, but other than that it's just the same thing throughout. So let's dive straight in and begin to show you the arpeggio sequence now. Okay, so here we are beginning on the first one, which is C minor, outlining a C minor arpeggio. Alright, and what we've got here is high E 11, 10, 11, 8, and then B8 and G8. With the same picking mechanic that we just explained to you. Down, up, up, up. that's a C minor one, covering the first chord. And then we go up through our inversion to this B flat over D, which is this one, which is the same shape as the one I showed you for C, so we just need to go ahead and show you the verbal tab, I think. So we've got high 13, 11, 13, 10, and then B, 11, and G10. And again, same picking mechanic. Alright, and that's our B flat chord. Then we move up to the E flat major, which is this one, which we have high 15, 13, 15, 11, and then B, 11, and G12. What is slightly unusual about this one is the fingering I'm using. So the fingering is 4, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. And I should also say that when I'm using my index finger consecutively, I'm trying to do a sort of finger pivot or finger roll to get more separation onto the arpeggios, okay? That's the E flat one. And then the next one is our C over E, or C7 over E bass, this one. The one that I showed you when we were explaining the mechanic, but I'll give it to you one more time. So it's high E, 15, 13, 15, 12, then B, 13, and G12. Alright, and then moving on again, the next chord F minor, and this is the F minor arp. Okay, so what we've got here is high 16, 15, 16, 13, and then B, 13, and G, 13. Okay? And without wishing to repeat myself endlessly, but here's the picking. Down, up, up, up. Alright, and then the next one onto the diminished one. F sharp diminished, right? So we've got high E, 17, 16, 17, 14, and then B, 16, and then G, 14. A tricky one, that one. Digitation there, 4, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1. I'm picking just the same as all the previous ones. Okay, right, when we get to this point, we've got to basically the last couple of chords, we've got G sus4. And I'm changing the pattern up a little bit here. So let me give you the descending G sus arpeggio. So we've got high E, I guess it'll be high 20, and then 15, and then B 15, and then we're going to have G17. And then for the G chord, we're just going to move the C down to B. So we'll have high E, 19, 15, B 15, and then G 16. And all I'm doing is descending the arpeggio, but I'm sort of squashing the value in to make it sort of go blah 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 blah. It's hard to explain exactly what it is rhythmically, but it's this sort of thing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. You hear it's kind of going da 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 da. So I'm basically taking that rhythm and putting against it da 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 da, and I'm sort of squashing 4 notes into each little kind of squashed up rhythmic thing. So again, it's one of the rhythm things that I do, which is not really metrical in the sense that it's not an even subdivision, but I'm just forcing notes into a given space, and that's what I'm doing here. Alright, and then the whole thing finishes with bog standard minor C minor arpeggio. Alright, so it's going to be high 21, and then E15, and then did I say 21? I beg your pardon, that's 20. High 20. So high 20, and then 15, and then got B16, G17, B17, and then got A18, and finishing on A15, finishing on the C. And that just descends. What's saying the picking for that one is just down, and then this is all up, 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 with a down at the end. Like that, just blow up, blow up. Again, not worry about the timing too much, just da dee ba 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 bum ba ba bum ba ba bum blow up. It's just that sort of thing. Blow up. Okay, so that's it all broken down. Now it's quite complex, so what I suggest you do is just work on each little fragment individually and get this basic thing together. If because the whole lick hinges on being able to do that lick. If you can do that lick, you'll probably be alright. If you can't do that lick, you're not going to manage it. So get the little fragment together, and then as always, just build everything up gradually. I think the final tempo I did it was 115, so if you want to try and get the tempo that's on the demo, it's 115 beats a minute, 16th note triplets. I'm doing semiquaver triplets. Alright, well, let's listen to this monster one more time. Let's rock! Okay, that wraps up for another episode of Judge Shred. We hope you enjoyed that one and didn't find it too insanely difficult. It's hard, no doubt about it, but not impossible, I think, if you just take it slowly and gradually. So join me next week for more sweet picking, shreddy madness. Before I go, other ways you can get in contact with me, apart from looking at the website where you can subscribe and YouTube channel and so on. You can get me on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Rowan J Parker. I'm also on SoundCloud, and I've made all the backing tracks, all my music on SoundCloud is now downloadable, so you can download those backing tracks if you want to solo over them later. SoundCloud is Rowan-Parker, and I'm also on Facebook. Facebook page is Rowan J Parker, which you can like if you like. Well, it's been a blast. I've enjoyed it very much, and check you next time for another episode of Judge Shred. I am the Farewell.